Hello, my sweet friends. Welcome to the Art Cake Coach podcast. My name is Cristina Revalo. I'm a sugar paste modeling artist, a teacher, a coach for cake artists, Cake Friends Day creative community manager, award winning cake decorator, and representative of international cake competitions. I'm so happy to have you here. If you are a cake artist, a cake enthusiast, or a baker who is seeking some help, in anything related to your time management, social media management, setting your goals for yourself or your business, your mindset towards your business, or even a few hints of how to be part of the international cake community, cake collaboration, and cake competitions, you are in the right place. So, welcome to today's episode. Well, hello, my sweet friends. Welcome. Christina here. I'm so happy to have you all back into the Art Cake Coach podcast today. This is the first episode of 2023. Yeah, I took last week off and there was no episode last week. I was enjoying time with my family, with friends, and celebrating the holidays with the people that I love. So I decided to take a little break, which is good, is important. And I think it will be part of my goal setting this year to have some time off as well as my working hours. So today's episode is the first episode of 2023. We are starting this month on the Arcade Coach with goal setting. So, of course, this month, the whole series of this month will be about goal setting. So, all these next 4 weeks, I'm going to be tackling different things and different aspects of how to set your goals as a cake artist, and not only as a cake artist, but as a whole person, because your business is you. You need to be well and aligned with yourself and happy and the correct mindset. You need to be healthy, you need to be wealthy, you need to be all of that for your business to thrive. And the goal setting that we are working in the private coaching group this month is it has to do with that. It's a whole thing. It's not just business goal setting. I believe that we are more than our business, we are more than our work, and every aspect of our lives is important as a cake artist or as anyone. So this the vision that I have towards goal setting, it's quite a complete vision of everything that we are. So in today's episode, what are we going to be doing? Today's episode is going to be about, first of all, New Year's resolutions. Been there, done that. I mean, it's the beginning of the year. Everybody's talking about their New Year resolutions. Everybody's starting their diets. Everybody's starting their, the courses that they wanted to take. Everybody is launching the businesses that they wanted to launch. But how long does that last when it's just a resolution? So we're going to talk about that today. And of course, we're going to start with the first part. This was the first class that we had in the private coaching group. Of course, in the private coaching group, the class is it's longer, and we would talk and we work in depth on everything that I'm going to say today. But it's just for you to have an idea what we are tackling in this private group, and it is about creating a starting board of your goals. So we're going to talk about that in a second. Welcome to the Art Cake Coach podcast. I'm so excited for this year. I think it's going to be a great year, and I cannot wait to share it with you. Before we start this episode, I want to invite you to be part of the private coaching group. This is a coaching group for the Art Cake Coach on Facebook. This group is already open and still on enrollment until January 31st. We already start working and we're having lots of fun in there. Are you a cake artist trying to succeed and grow your business, but feeling overwhelmed, overbooked, tired, with no time even for you and your family? Are you struggling to make it into this business? You watch everyone succeed and wonder how it happened and why it hasn't happened to you. Would you like to be a teacher or an instructor of your craft, but don't know where to start or even feel shy to do it? Then the Art Cake Coach is for you. Now with its private group where I guide you to work on your goal setting, time management, teaching, social media posting, mindset, and how to be part of the international cake community and stand out for your work through cake competitions and cake collaborations. Nothing changes if you don't get out of your comfort zone and invest in yourself. So join this private coaching group and have access to one new class a week, coaching Q&A sessions weekly, PDF and downloadable material, and extra discounts for one-on-one coaching, master classes on coaching, sugar paste modeling, and gelatin art. How to do it? Invest only 20 euros a year. That's it, only 20 euros a year, and you can be part of this supportive community. For more information, send me a private message through the link in the description of this episode, and we can talk about your needs and get you on the coaching group. Okay, let's dive in today's episode. Like I said, I'm very excited. This is the first episode of 2023, and I cannot wait to start this year. This podcast started on May last year, and I have to be honest, it started out of okay, let's do it. Let's see what happened. I got a microphone. There was a gift from my mom, and I was like, okay, now I have a microphone, I have a computer, I have a program. Let's just start and see what happened. And I've been learning along the way. I have to be honest. It hasn't been always. It's not like I always know what I'm doing, but I try it anyway. Like I just said in the previous segment about the coaching group. I mean, if you don't get out of your comfort zone, nothing's going to happen. And but this year, after everything that I learned from last year, I'm more organized. I'm like, okay, I know now, I know what I'm doing. Now I know what this takes. I know how long it takes me to record an episode. So I'm telling you this story. Why? Because this went from okay, let's see what happened. Okay, let's just do it. Let's have a podcast. And to okay, now let's get organized. Let's do this correctly. Let's have a script. And most I do have a script every time, but I just keep talking and talking. I like to talk, so I just get off script a lot. But why am I telling you this? Going back to the script, Christina, come on, is because I kind of compare last year of the podcast from May till December with a New Year resolution. When you start, and this episode, part of this episode is talking about this. When you start new year, it's like almost midnight and you're thinking about your life and everything that you accomplished. You're ready to, to have to toast and to maybe kiss somebody. And here in Portugal and in Venezuela, we have the traditions of both countries. Even though I live in Portugal, I'm from Venezuela. So in Venezuela, you eat 12 grapes at midnight, asking for a wish every time you eat one. It's difficult, but Portuguese people made it so much easier because you have raisins. I mean, this is smart. Raisins are from grapes and they're small, and you can eat 12 with no problem. Trying to eat 12 grapes before midnight, or during that minute of midnight, is kind of difficult. But anyway, you're there, you're thinking, and you're wondering about next year. You say, well, I have to think, my resolutions. Well, maybe not at that moment. Maybe you thought about it before, or you think about that the next day. But you think about the resolutions. And usually they go around, I'm going to grow my business. I'm going to take a course or learn something I wanted to learn. I'm going to lose weight, because we all feel guilty about everything we ate on Christmas. Everything goes around those thoughts. And those are resolutions. Okay, you got your resolutions. I have a question for you. How long does that resolution last? I mean, usually for me is until, luckily, till the end of January. Luckily, resolutions. I'm talking about resolutions. Like, okay, I'm gonna do the diet. You start the diet. I mean, after maybe not on the first, but in the following week, you start the diet. Everything's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And by the I don't know, the 15th or the 20th of January, you're just tired. You're like, oh, I'm tired of this diet. This is not working. I'm not doing it anymore. Or you say, like, okay, I'm going to do my business. I'm going to launch that thing that I wanted to launch, or program or course or whatever. Or I'm going to sell this many cakes that I wanted to sell. And I'm going to do this and that. And then you are like, okay, how am I going to do it? Where am I going to do it? It's like, who do I sell it to? What do I do? Anyway, resolutions are wishes. And we talked about this before here in the podcast. Resolutions are wishes. You wish to have something done. But what happens when you don't set, let's say, a plan to achieve it? You don't transform those resolutions into goals. You do not set a roadmap to get it. And newsflash, everyone, motivation runs out. I'm always posting every single Monday a motivational phrase, right? And yes, I want to keep my community motivated and I'm going to keep everybody motivated. But here's the absolute truth: you're not motivated every single day, all the time. You're not. You don't feel motivated to start every Monday. You don't feel that you have all the opportunities of the world in front of you every single day. Or you don't feel that I'm just going to go to the gym every day and do this diet every day, or I'm going to have this many clients every day. No, you don't feel like that. No, you don't. Motivation runs out. So, what is the next thing you do when you run out of motivation? You stick to the plan. Even if you're not motivated, even if you don't want to do it, even if you don't feel like it, you stick to the plan. And hey, guys, we do need the plan. So, do we get a plan from resolutions? No, we don't. We get a plan from goals. When you set goals and you really think about, okay, this is what I want to achieve, and I'm gonna achieve it by this time, and this is how I'm gonna do it, then you set a plan. And when you set a plan, what happens? You have a roadmap to follow. And even if you don't feel like it, even if you're not motivated, you are going to keep going. And you have heard me talk about this before as well: consistency. It's not motivation, guys. I'm not motivated most of the time. There are like many days during the week that I'm like, what am I doing? This is not working. But then I look at my plan and say, well, okay, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. And somewhere along the way, I realized, when I look back, I realized, like, oh, it worked. It actually worked. I had a result. I achieved something. Whatever it is, opening my programs, or participating on cake competitions and cake collaborations, or finding those clients, or I don't know, traveling to cake events, whatever it is that I set my mind on, it happened not because I was motivated. It happened because I had a plan. So, this is why I wanted to start this episode talking about the difference between having a resolution and having a plan to achieve something. And the key is to know that you're not motivated all the time, and you do need something to stick on. You need a plan, you need a guide. And that is the part that we're working on, the Art K Coach group, the private group. We have two groups, one in Spanish and one in English. I decided to separate everything because it was stressful for me to try to do everything in both languages, and it was stressful for my students, for the people in the groups, because half of the class was in English, half of the class was in Spanish. People got bored when this was not their language, so I decided to separate things. It's easier and I can pay more attention to everyone. So in these two groups during the month of January, we're going to be working. We're going now. We are working. We already started to work on goal setting, and taking all those steps to create that map in order to follow when you're not motivated. So today, in this episode, like I said before, I wanted to talk to you about the first class that we had in the private coaching group. And the first class had to do with creating what I like to call a first goal board. It's just like a general ideas. It's to write down general ideas in order to have your mindset in the correct path. I'm trying to read my notes, but I keep talking. I'm terrible. It's like I do have a script, and I just keep getting off the script because I get carried out, and I love to talk, and I love to share with you guys. If you see me now, I'm just talking with my hands a lot. So in this first goal board, what we do is we write down a few things in order to get our mind into the correct mindset to start, let's say, tracing that map that we are going to follow. So stick with me, because right after we talk about the sponsor of this month, we are going to be, I'm going to be sharing with you how to create that first goal board. So stay around. I am so happy to welcome back Saracino as our sponsor for this month. My sweet friends at Saracino are welcoming the year, and of course, with the Saracino free monthly magazine, We Love Pastry, the free online magazine that is bursting with absolutely incredible, easy to follow, and unique tutorials created by very talented artists from around the globe, interesting interviews and blogs, and you can also win products worth £50 and much more. So enjoy this free online magazine. You have tutorials from one of the best artists in the industry, you have interviews. Yours truly is in this magazine with a beautiful interview. Thanks to Sylvia for this interview with Cake and Coffee with me, and talking a little bit about the podcast. And you have also information about the Saracino products and where you can find them in your country. So don't miss out this month's magazine. I will be leaving the link to download this free magazine here in the description of this episode. Thank you, Saracino, for being part of the Art Cake Coach podcast family. Okay, now let's get to work and start our year planning our goals for 2023. Like I said before, this is one of the activities we're doing in the private coaching group. Of course, in the coaching group, I'm doing them with you. I'm teaching you the class. We're going step by step. Here, I'm just going to give you a few tips on how you can start creating a goal bored is like setting your mind in the positive mindset towards creating the reality that you want. And it's very simple. You just have to have a notebook. Okay, have a notebook just for your goals. And in that notebook, you are going to first start the notebook by writing something like a quote or a positive thought, something that inspire you and get you into the right mindset. Okay, I have an example of the one that I use for mine. So I use choose people who celebrate your accomplishments as if they were their own. Why did I choose this one? Because for me, the sense of community in this cake industry, it's very important. That's why I started Cake Friends Day Creative, and that's why I just keep going with all the groups and all the communities that I have. I truly believe that together we're stronger. I truly believe that we need to stop being feeling like a competition of each one of the members of our community, be competitive, badly competitive with our peers. I've seen not only the funny thing, I don't know if I mentioned this here before, but I've seen not only in the country that I live here in Portugal, but the funny thing is I've been talking to people from all over the world, and complaint is the same. It's unfair competition, bad comments, bullying, not being supportive of each other. Everyone is supportive of each other when you don't live in the same area. It's like, yeah, I'm here for you, but if you live in the same area, you're considered competition. I'm sorry to say it. Ooh, I'm I'm on fire this 2023. I'm just telling you as it is. But I do feel that part of my mission is to change that. I because I truly don't believe in that kind sort of behavior, and all of that. That's why I decided that you have to have a supportive community. That's why I decided to choose this quote as the beginning of my year, to have a supportive community that celebrates what you accomplish as if they were their own accomplishment. And I'm here for you. If you need somebody to celebrate for you, I'm rooting for you. Anyone, even people from the place that I live, I do root for you, even if you don't believe it. But I do root for you because I truly believe that together we are stronger. So, going back to how to start your goal board, start with a quote on a notebook. That notebook has to be only for goals. It, don't just write it down on your to do list or whatever you buy your grocery shopping list. No, no. Have a notebook for your goal setting, okay? Because you want to go back there. You want to go back and check it out in a few months to see how is it going. So start with the quote that makes you happy. Then you're going to write three things. Um, you're going to write, what do you want to let go from the previous year? Away. I don't want this anymore. Okay. Anything that you don't want in your life anymore this year. If you're focusing on your business only, of course, you're going to write down the things that has to do with your cake business, things that you don't want anymore. I don't know what it could be. Toxic clients, saying no to requests that you knew you should have said no to. I don't know, whatever you feel like it in your cake business, but you can include things about your own life, right? Um, I'm going to share one of the things that I wrote. Funny enough, I wrote that I want to let go of unnecessary tasks and information. Yeah. Why is that? I collect information. I I love to learn and I love to know everything that's going on and take courses and learn. And because I always think I can share these later with everyone. And there got to a point that I was so overwhelmed with information that I said, I need to stop. I need to stop and focusing on what I really need to know because it was too much. And tasks as well, because sometimes we overworked ourselves to keep us busy, thinking that we're being productive, but we're not. We're just overworking. So, things I want to let go for last year. Being a little candid here and sharing with you about my board. So, first thing, what I want to let go. Second thing, the biggest lesson you learned from last year. Here, you're going to write down your takeaway from last year. Again, if it's strictly about your cake business, and you can have a goal setting strictly about business, I like to mix things up. Like I said in the beginning of the episode, I think we are a complete uh, human. Is not just our, we are not just our business, we are not just our family, we are not just our kids. It's a little bit of everything that makes us what we are. And if one of those parts is not working well, the other is not working well either. So if you're not, if you don't have a good family environment, for example, or if you're not healthy, or if you're struggling with money, you cannot be thinking about being productive in your business. So it's, you have to work everything together. But if you want to go strictly to your business, cake business goals, then you write down your biggest lesson about your cake business of last year, 2022. I, like I said, I wrote what I wanted to let go, unnecessary task and information. And one of the biggest lesson that I learned about last year was learning to say no and to focus on me. Funny enough, I wasn't like that the year before. No, I wasn't. So that was a good takeaway from last year. And last but not least, you're going to write down what you are most grateful for, because this sets a positive environment, a positive mindset in order to start writing your goals. So, three things: what I want to let go, the biggest lesson of the year, and what am I most grateful for. Okay, so write those three things in your notebook. Don't think too much. Just write the first thing that comes into your mind. If you're overthinking, then you start making up things like, I don't know, what I want to let go. Imagine I say, well, I want to let go of task and information that is unnecessary. And I want to let go of toxic people. And I want to let go of this. And I want to let go. And then my list goes on and on and on. And I don't focus on anything but everything at the same time. So the first thing that come to your mind and maybe two or three more. That's it. Don't overthinking. Just dump it in there. This is the dumping part of your goal setting. Just write it down. And this way, everything that you're going to build after creating your goals and setting the path that you want to set in order to achieve it, it's going to be, let's say, clean, clear, and you're going to put on your positive mindset glasses, and everything is going to look beautiful in the future. So this is what we have been working on the coaching group. Of course, we've been more. We're working in depth. We're working it together. We're sitting down and writing it down. Remember that we also have Q&A questions where you can share your thoughts, and you have any doubts, you can ask me, and we can work directly on your needs in the group. But I wanted to share this with you today because this month the Art K Coach podcast is going to be dedicated to goal setting. So next Monday we're going to continue the goals set next Monday. It's not Monday. Mondays are the Q&As. I'm sorry. I just keep reading my notes and messing it up. Next week, next Tuesday, the episode here in the podcast is every Tuesday. We will have also another episode about goal setting, but in this case, we're going to be talking about your life vision. What do you want to achieve for your life? Not this year. Like, yeah, I want to be that person, or I want to get there someday, 5 years, 10 years, maybe. I don't know. So, we're going to be talking about that next week. And with this information, and that I really, really hope it gets you started on setting your goals properly this year, I will leave you as I always leave you, my sweet friends. Stay safe and stay creative. Love you lots. Send me your feedback about this episode and hope to have you here with me next week. Bye bye. My sweet, sweet friend, if you like this episode, if you love this podcast, I will kindly ask you to leave me a started review, whatever you're listening to this episode, that is available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and I think a couple of other ones. But in any of those, just leave me a review. Leave me a couple of stars or 5 stars if you like it. So people will find this episode, the algorithm would put it out there, and more of our K community will benefit from it. Share it with your friends. Download the episode and share them. Share them on your social media and tag me, because I will answer you back. Of course I will. And send me comments, send me your review, send me your feedback. Even if you don't agree with anything that I say, I would love to hear your opinion. You can find me in any of my social media accounts. I will be leaving the links here on this episode description. I'm on Facebook as The Art Cake Experience. I am on Instagram at Christina_The Art Cake Experience. Or you can even find me on YouTube, my YouTube channel, The Art Cake Experience channel. So thank you so much for listening. And please leave me your review and leave me your comments and your feedback. I would love to hear what you have to say about any of these episodes.